the voice of truth, the official radio station of the Church of Christ or Iglesia ni Cristo.
Good evening, good afternoon, and a good morning to all of those that are logged in at the moment, and a Happy New Year 2026. Welcome to another episode of INCRadio Hawaii-Pacific. I am Brother Israel Brandon Pacheco, the District CFO Overseer, and today we have a very special episode because our guest right now is one of the pioneering members of the Iglesia ni Cristo or Church of Christ here in the Far West. But before we go on with the interview, we want to introduce my co-host. If you can introduce yourself, brother.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Brother Erwin Sunga, the resident minister assigned in Honolulu, and we are very thankful that you've all joined us this evening, and we are hoping to have a very special episode this evening. With us right now is our guest, Brother Ernie. If you can introduce yourself, my brother.
My name is Brother Ernie Ferrer, the youngest pioneer at that time when Brother Iranio Manalo was here. I'm now at the local congregation of Pearl Harbor.
Thank you for joining us, my brother.
Thanks, Ka Ernesto po, Ka Ernie po. Ka Ernie, just a little bit of a background. You're from the local congregation of Pearl Harbor. What are your current offices at the moment?
I am one of the deacons in Pearl Harbor.
How long have you been a member for Ka Ernie po?
Since birth, from the
birth.
Philippines.
So
We came here in Hawaii in 1967.
1967. Wow. Okay, cool. So you've been a member. You were offered inside of the church. How old were you po when you moved here po?
So we came here in 1967. I was 11 years old.
11 years old in 1967. So that means when our brother Iranio Giovanello came here to the islands of Oahu, you were 12 years old, correct? Paul?
Yes, sir.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, we just wanted to ask Brother Ernie, what are some of your experiences in the pioneering days of the church? You were 12, so you were technically a been here during that time.
Yes, it was very exciting because of my parents, especially because when we heard that Brother Iranio Manalo was coming down from the Philippines, we even all dressed up ready. We even wear our suit. When we came from the Philippines to here, we were already in suit. We wore our suit because they would be able to service on that day. So we just waited for Brother Iranio Manalo at the airport, and it was very exciting. We were all there holding our lei for Brother Iranio Manalo.
If I may ask, I know you were 12 years old at the time, but what was your feeling when you heard that Brother Iranio Giovanello was going to arrive here in Oahu?
Like I said, I was still young, but my parents, they were very excited, and they really are expecting someone from the Philippines. I guess we didn't know it was Brother Iranio Manalo, but I guess yes, no one told us about Iranio Manalo coming down. Yeah, so we just find out that he's the one who came down.
We may ask, what were the offices of your parents? Paul?
They were deacon and deaconesses.
So when you all moved here back in 1967, of course the church wasn't yet here, and so I can't imagine the joy that they felt when they heard after a year of being here and not being able to attend the worship service that someone from the Philippines, not knowing that the executive minister at that time, Brother Iranio Giovanello, was going to be coming here to officiate the first worship service here in Oahu. And I I bet that was so exciting during that time. Irwin?
Yeah, we just wanted to ask, what were the, like, from the airport to the very worship service, what was the, do you know, sorry, losing my train of thought. Like, what was the reaction of the brethren when they saw and when they witnessed the worship service?
They were very excited, and that's why we all tried to be there in the airport at the time. So that's why I said we were all holding a lei. That's why Brother Iranimano was full of leis at that time, and they really are so excited. And as we were kids, we were just running around. You can see some of the kids there, in front of Brother Iranimano, where we're taking pictures.
Mm-hmm. Were you able to shake his hand, brother?
I can't remember if I ever shook his hand, but I don't know if I ever shook his hand.
That was there on Bond Street. Yes, correct. Go ahead,
Do you remember how many there were originally of the members that went to the airport?
I would say about maybe 20 of us at the time. Yeah, so around there. You could count. I can't remember how many, but the picture shows there. So about 20. Yeah.
And then, how many days prior to the first worship service, which was held again on July 27, 1968, did they arrive? So was it a couple of days before, and then, or was it the actual day that they arrived here in the end?
So it's the actual day when they arrived. So after he came directly went to the Bond Street. That's why we all dressed up already.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And so when you guys arrived back from the airport, you guys all gathered inside the house, and there was about 20 to 30 brethren at the time?
No, I would say about 40 of us, yeah.
Mm-hmm. And you were all able to be inside the house?
Yes, it was amazing that we fit in there.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So now that you had that experience, and after the worship service that was led by Brother Eranio Manalo, if we can ask, afterwards, what was the instruction? What was the reaction of the brethren in regards to actually like establishing locale? I know you're 12, but I'm sure your parents would. Like, we have to start going to worship service every Wednesday or Sunday now.
Well, like you said, I was only 12 years old. I was still like a CWS.
Yes.
But I was baptized at the age of 10 in the Philippines at the Gopan City.
Yes.
So anyway, as far as I know, my parents, they were so excited, and that's why they want to see Brother Eranio Manalo. That's why we took picture in front of Bond Street.
Mm-hmm.
So as you could see that, they're about, so you see the picture now, there are about 48 in the picture.
Mm-hmm.
And I was sitting in the front row with my siblings. We are in suit too. We were kids.
Mm-hmm.
Some Brother Boots using a lower shirt. You should see that in the picture there. So that's what they were really excited. And I didn't even know that I signed a scroll. So I saw my name there on the scroll. So
how many siblings do you have already? Yeah, Brother Butch and your siblings?
No, I have a brother. My brother is a Rolly Ferrer, he's the oldest. I'm the second. And then Brother Conrad.
Mm-hmm.
And then my sister Sally. And then my brother Johnny, he's in North Carolina right now. Mm-hmm. He's a TSB, he's a finance officer, he's a scam member there in North Carolina. Mm-hmm. And Brother Jimmy, he's in the Everbeats side. And those were the original. There were only 6 of us until 2 were born here in Hawaii. Yeah. My sister Lisa and sister Anna Marquez now.
After the first worship service was at Bond Street, how were the worship services being conducted after that point?
We go all over the place. The place where we gathered after the worship service is Waipahu, at the garage of Fred Manuel. My parents, them, and other brethren, they built benches. Mm-hmm. So I have all the picture of them. My father was making all the benches, other stuff. Mm-hmm. And the choir members, they also choir members. They all dressed in black and white. It's always in that.
No, and I get firework.
No choir robe yet. They're all in black and white.
Yes.
I was older choir member too in YMCA.
Mhm.
So we go to Waipaho, and then after that we found Kalihi YMCA, and that's where we hold it in YMCA every Thursday and Sunday. But sometime on Thursday we can't use that hall because of the activity that they have, the judo karate activities every Thursday. So we go to other houses like in Woolwich Street there, and then go to other places about every other Thursday. We go to like Brother Saturnino Ulup's house,
Mhm.
and then another one is in city, the Antonio's residence in Kalihi by the Honolulu Chapel right now. So that's what we've been doing. We even do the baptismal pool right in the Antonio's house there by Honolulu.
Oh wow.
Still there.
Oh, wow. So at the time, the local congregation, the only local congregation, of course, was the local congregation of Honolulu, correct, Paul?
That's correct.
If you remember, so was the worship services with videotape, or was there an actual minister taking care of all the brethren here after our brother Eranio Gimanalo had taken off to California?
After Brother Ranyu left here, he left here Brother Cipriano Sandoval and as well as Brother Pedro Memban III. So our first minister, resident minister, Brother Memban. Memban.
Okay. Oh, okay. And he had, so after our executive minister at the time had left, he was the one taking care of the whole congregation.
Yes, Brother Memban. So we have baptism like that in the beach, San Alan Beach.
If I can ask, prior to the visit, was there worship? Was there a gathering of all the brethren listening to tapes, or how was that being done before?
Before Brother Ranyu came here, we have a volunteer minister from the Philippines. They call him the volunteer worker, but he came here to Hawaii, and he brought with him some lessons on that stuff. So we were listening to him at the Puhali house where they live. So we gathered ourselves there at that Puhalu house for our worship services every Thursday and Sunday.
Mhm.
Yeah. Before that, we don't know. They were already having the worship service there, but the only time we found out that were having the worship service. But we also are having our community prayer in our house because one of the he came from Baguio, came to Hawaii, and my auntie from the Philippines told their brother God, named Monico, to look for us. So he did found us in Kalihi at the time we were live at. So they were having our community prayer, prayer with him. So and then my dad is working at Dole Cannery, Dole Company,
Mhm.
the pineapple Dole Company,
Okay.
and he was one of the foremen there, and in the juicing place. And one of the brother is a choir member. His name is Viteria Ancheta Jr. He was working also at the door, but my dad didn't know him. But he heard him whistling Ako Iglesia ni Cristo, the old version of Ako Iglesia ni Cristo. So that's when my dad found out that he asked him, is he a member? He said, yes. So then we found out that they're gathering themselves in Pohali. So we went there. From that time, we start listening to the volunteer worker. And I believe also that my dad told me they also have a tape that we were listening to from the Philippines.
Mhm.
So I think we did listen to some worship service as in tape recorder.
Mhm. It must have been something when your dad heard the whistling and when he heard the Ako Iglesia ni Cristo at that time. I can imagine the sacrifices that our family does make for us when moving to a different place. And after, if we can ask Ernie, after You guys had to keep moving from different places, and you guys eventually found a place there in Kaligi. How long did you guys stay there for?
In the houses or
The YMCA.
until 1970, I believe, was around there, about 1970 to 71.
Mhm.
And we all being also persecuted there in YMCA, like the other the district of worship services. They even I mean, some kind of threatening to some of our brethren. So some of our guard or coordinator at the time, they really protected our worship service.
Mhm.
And when we are always moving worship services of every other Thursday to other houses, that's when we were gathered in this house by the Chatolino Uluk's house. It's a high place, and the about 1970 around there, and then one of the young kid was crawling down on the table. He fell down on the balcony. So that's during the worship service now, and then so one of the deacons just ran down, and he saw him still floating down. So when I heard that, because he told us that the former deacon, because he's passed away already. So Gerardo Mendoza, his name. So he told us that he saw the boy was just floating, and he just landed on the rock. So on the bottom of the house is all rocky, and they took him to the hospital, and they found nothing happened to him, no broken bones or anything. So that's the time when the minister at that time, the one mentioned, but he searched for a place for worship. So that's when we found the chapel in Kalili, Honolulu, Hawaii.
Oh wow.
That used to be a Lutheran church.
Oh,
There were three crosses there the time we bought it, and you see the pine tree there in front. That's where used to be the crosses. So we chopped those down. We used to put a pine tree there.
Yeah.
So it's still there.
What year was that, Brother Lee?
1971, I believe we got the place in. And then after that, Brother Soprano Monk came down 1972 to do the I guess opening or dedicating the house of worship. Batari style, we renovated the chapel there.
So you were about 14, 15 at that time when it was being renovated?
Yes.
Were you old enough to help?
Oh yes, you should see. I have my picture too there on top of the tower. Over there,
What tower?
the tower of the chapel, the Honolulu, see the on the right side.
Yeah.
Oh,
I got my
wow.
picture there.
You still have that picture?
Yes, I have it.
So-
Okay.
Do you recall any of all of the brethren like collectively trying to prepare the chapel for the?
Oh yes, the Solomon, especially the Solomon Guillermo family, they actually the one who like the contractor or helping the constructions. So the Guillermo them, and then the Monicos, and of course us, the brethren who just come and clean and all that stuff, and it's fun. There used to be a bell right in front of the not bell, it's loudspeakers right in front of the chapel before. We always there to we just knock those down. The speaker facing the mountain.
Okay.
The speaker. So it's been every Saturday. I mean, Brad goes to the place, and we mow the grass every Saturday. But there's the grass there is called the California, because of tall grasses and big long grasses.
Mhm.
There used to be all grassy area there, the parking structure there now. That used to be all grass and some pine trees around.
If we can ask, during that time, I think you mentioned 1971, Paul.
Yes.
So it's 3 years after. Did the number of brethren increase from 1968 to 1970?
Oh yes, because we've been having baptism, so it's been increasing.
Mhm.
So the chapel is being full all the time now. So we even have a Bible study there in the chapel. I have all those pictures too. I still have it.
Mhm.
The old pictures of chapel.
Mhm.
I was just so small before. You know what the front of TV monitor there. That used to be the side, the length. So we extended it.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
So,
So from you said about 40 when it started. Do you have a rough estimate to how many members from 1968 to 1971?
I would say about only about 200.
Oh wow.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
So it
I think it's.
oh wow, wow.
I
That's
still
a
had the
lot.
picture too for this first convert. There were about five, 6 of them.
And then the rest were from maybe they were migrating also to
Oh yes, some others we found them. Some that's why we increased the others, but not about. So they're able to find church in Hawaii.
yes. Oh wow.
So-
Just 3 years.
I bet that was also, you know, a lot of the brethren, maybe they were hesitant to move abroad before 1968, and then once they saw that the local congregations were establishing here in Hawaii, and even there in San Francisco and California, different places, they had the courage to move because they knew that the places of worship and there was a house of worship for the brethren to go to. How was the excitement when the property was bought for that for the Honolulu Chapel?
Oh, we're very excited, of course, when the chapel was bought, and so that's why we're so eager to renovate it right away. And the pastoral hall, and there used to be a canopy there going to from the chapel to the chapel, I mean the house there right by the parking lot.
Yes.
There used to be the pastoral house.
Oh, right, the one in front.
You're in front.
Oh, I
So
see.
there should be a canopy going down that one. We destroy all of that.
Mhm.
So just
That's inspiring. I mean, what,
So you got to see the first chapel be it was dedicated during that time.
yes.
Okay.
I still have the videotape too by the Sandoval. It's a Betamax. So I wanted to convert it to CD, but someone had to do it. No more Betamax now.
We'll
So,
find you a resource. Yes.
maybe Brother Josh can help
I'm
us.
to look for that in Google. Because I have the actual videotape. There's no editing or anything. After the dedication of the Honolulu Chapel, we had a great program there in front of the chapel. We stayed there.
So,
Oh, sorry, go ahead. You go first.
so since Honolulu was established and there was an influx of members moving to Hawaii, what was your experience kind of seeing all of the different congregations? Because if I'm not mistaken, was Miley the next chapel that was or I may be wrong. I think it was Miley, 1976 or 1978.
Around there. So the Miley was the one. Yes, that used to be. But what came first in Maui actually?
Oh,
Yeah,
the
Maui.
one in
yeah.
Wailuku.
Yeah, Wailuku.
Oh,
So my father then they went to Wailuku to look for the place for worship service there,
Yeah.
and then become Miley. So
at the when your father went over there to Maui Island, how many brethren were over there? Did he ever mention?
I don't recall. He didn't mention it to us, but I think there are at least 50 around there.
Oh,
wow.
Yeah, so they hold the worship service in some kind of a hall. In the,
Did your father ever tell you how he found all of the members there, or how they
in Maui.
how they started
Well,
together?
actually, it's the Barrientos family who were the one who they're the pioneer there.
Mhm.
So we know them very well, but the Barrientos family. I think they were the one who was looking for the brethren.
Shout out to the Barrientos family, to Alan, Alipo, Camara.
Just this is so interesting because you know, for me and Kyle, we grew up in Northern California, and so growing up, we would hear, you know, the first worship service held on July 27, 1968 on Bond Street, and actually visiting the what's a museum now, but the place of worship that they first held the first worship service. It was quite humbling and it was actually a dream, you know, like for us
Yeah.
to come here and to see that place because it's so historic within the Iglesia Ni Cristo. And for us as I think second or even third generation Iglesia Ni Cristo in the States, because we were offered, and it's quite humbling to hear your experience, Bo. After Maui, after Maili, what was the next local? Do you remember the next local congregation that was established, Bo?
I believe that would be the Waipahu
Uh-huh.
after Miami, and that's when we. It's also Kauai, I think, Kauai.
The brother in Kauai.
And then Big Island. I can't remember exactly which came first, but I think after Miley, I think Maui, Miley, and other island Kauai, because the Bulusan was there before in Kauai. They moved to Honolulu. They're the pioneering building in Kauai, the Bulusan family.
No.
Yeah, like Brother Ted Akub. So wife, Brother Sister Betty Akub. Yeah, because they're really from Kauai.
Shout out to Kabeli po. So now that since we have our CFO here with us, since there was a lot of locales that were established during that time, what were the activities like, Ernie?
Oh, we're so excited. We get some also basketball. We used have basketball court in the Japan. We have a competition too with each area. So we have that. And no, not other local yet, but But after that, equivalent to other local, we have what exciting about me, was we still pioneering state among choir member at the time too already. And as choir member, every Holy Supper, we go to other islands. We go to Big Island to help in singing in Kauai, on Maui, just all in our own expense,
Yes.
And it's very exciting for us, all the choir members, to go to other islands and help in the Holy Supper. And it's very spiritual in all our Holy Supper that we've been going through.
When you were traveling at that time, you were Binhi Kadiwa, correct, Paul?
We have still been here.
Oh, you're still been here.
I remember, yes.
A lot of the choir members during the time, were they from the different organizations, or a lot of them were Binhi, a lot of them were Kadiwa?
Around 70s, only being here. They have some also adult already. I guess I would say, the booklet. Some most of them Kadiwa. The Ramiro, they have the choir member, Father Leonard Guillermo is choir member.
Also,
We were in YMCA.
Yes.
We all choir member. We're CWS. So when we hold a CWS worship service in Kalihi YMCA, we have also contests for the Bible contest. We memorized the verse of the books of the Bible, the 66 books and 59 books, and so that's always the first place.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
That sounds like a good idea. We can do that this year.
Yeah,
Amongst the CWS.
Yeah, you have the how many books of the Old Testament and the New Testament.
Yes.
How many told them? This is a very
That's
fun time.
Yeah.
And as a choir member in Honolulu at the time, as a CWS choir member, we also have an organist, Sister Edna Gayarabia. She was the CWS organist. Yes, and Amir Ramiro is an organist, and also Barboots. They're organists. Barboots and organists. So
If we can ask Ernie, because you were Binhi and that core of choir members was relatively young from the Binhi and Video organization, what was your understanding about? Okay, we all have to go together to go to Kauai, with the Big Island, for the special worship services like Holy Supper. Did you talk amongst yourselves of how you're going to, and what pushed you to make those early sacrifices early on in life?
well, we really need to help the brethren there, and the brethren are very hospitable because we stayed in their houses, the brethren's houses. We don't go to the hotel, so mostly the brethren houses. And we go to other islands to help out in Holy Supper. One thing I want to tell about this is when we were CWS, we even our Kataring Daos is our CWS teacher for the choir, the CWS choir, and we're uh, singing all the Protestant hymns at the time, and then
Different hymns
What are
like
the-
that at the time. Yes.
yeah,
Actually,
yeah, as I am like that, and we even since then she gave us Tagalog. We don't understand Tagalog. We were kids,
yes.
so we singing in Tagalog too in the CWS. So that's all we.
During brethren, just for those that are listening at the moment, um here in Hawaii, and I didn't know this before I came here to Hawaii, that I knew there was different islands. I just didn't know that there was Big Island, there was Kauai, there was Maui. Here in Oahu, the first worship service was held in 1968. Following that was a worship service. There were establishment of the locale there in Kauai Island in Kalaheo in 1969, and in the island of Maui, it was established in 1970. So yes, Paul, that you were correct. But in Big Island, there were the local congregation of Kiao was established in 1971, and in Maili, it was the house of worship there, and the locale was established. The locale was established there in 1978, and in Naalehu, and that's there's still a local congregation over there in Naalehu, was established also in 1978, and with the growth of the church in all these years, Ernie, and you continue to, you've been here when you were Kadiwa. Do you remember some of the activities that we had during that time, Paul?
During the Kadiwa time, we mostly basketball.
A lot of basketball.
Yeah, mostly basketball. So we have competition, like I said, by areas.
Mhm.
They call it what's it called areas before? And it's not area. I think they call it district.
If I can bring up something, Ernie, our assistant district minister right now is Brother Adorado Apostol. He was the resident minister in both the local congregation in Alehu, but also became a resident minister in Honolulu.
That's when he was called to Jerusalem. He was pulled up from Honolulu, and they left him in Jerusalem because he's apostle.
God. Yes, that's very exciting. So when you saw Brother Ador at that time, I'm not sure what number resident minister he was, and then him returning back here as our assistant district minister. Yeah, did you remember him?
Oh yes, very much. We still talk to him even when we went to Big Island. We went there and visited him and talked to him, and he told us stories about what happened to him when he went to Jerusalem, and exciting. We were very blessed, and he's here again in Hawaii.
Did it bring back any memories of?
Oh yes, very, very.
Did Kador play basketball also, Paul?
I'm not sure he played basketball.
That's so that's so even seeing ministers from my childhood, it's very exciting, and then now that you're a little bit older, Karen, just a little bit older, that you see the continue to see the growth of the church, and if I can fast forward a little bit, we'll go back a few years, but in 2018, when we were celebrating the 50th anniversary here in the West, and you saw the chapel there in Eva Beach for the first time, how did you feel, Paul?
Oh, we were very blessed, and because about time that Brother Eduardo came down to officiate the dedication of the Eva Beach Chapel, and some obligation, of course.
Yes, it was
50 minutes that was ordained.
God's timing is perfect.
God's timing is perfect.
Very.
When it's like the lesson that we heard in the the midweek worship service, the brethren were praying for a very long time that once again our executive minister would be able to come and visit. And in 50th anniversary, down the street, really down the street, down Fort Weaver, the worship service was held 50 years later, in dedicating the house of worship in Hava Beach. And just a small thing I want to insert, Ka Ernie, I was actually one of the ministers that was ordained
Wow.
yes, I was coming from the district of Northern Midwest, which is Chicago area. So when I was coming here, it was still warm there in Chicago, but I was so excited to come here to Oahu, and it was truly a blessed event and a blessed time for not only me but for the churches.
Did any memories come to your mind when you're at the 50th?
Oh yes, even in the 30th anniversary when Brother Eduardo came here also.
Oh wow.
Yes, we came here we have a program in New Blissdale Concert Hall,
Oh.
and that's very exciting. We even have a good program. And
Did you sing?
oh yes, we were the choir member. We were all in red aloha shirt for the men's choir.
Mhm.
So
I think I see the picture of that.
yeah, Brother, our district minister at times, Brother Ador Santos.
Oh,
No. Was it Brother Ador Santos? No, not Brother Ador Santos.
Yeah, we'll find out right after this.
yeah. 30th, and then the 50th, and then just from your perspective, Karni, what's it been like, kind of seeing decade by decade the growth of the church from the 70s until what we see now? Yeah, we have many congregations here in Oahu alone.
I would say that this is really a miracle because this is God's work. I mean, the church is really growing and so fast. And so it's really, we say it is a miracle that the church is spreading all over the world. Since from Hawaii, and then all of a sudden it spread out throughout the mainland, and then now it's all over the world.
Yes.
It's very blessed time.
What's the feeling knowing that, of course, God calls and God fulfills the prophecy, but what's the feeling of knowing that your family was one of God's instruments for the fulfillment?
Well, I feel very blessed, and all my family also blessed, and hopefully that you will remain as strong members of the church, as I am. Like the Bible said, as for me and my family, we will serve the Lord. So hopefully, all my family will be like that kind of faith that we have. As of now, so I would like to say that be strong.
What message would you want to spread to the youth nowadays, Paul? Coming from someone who saw the fulfillment of the prophecy, and a message to maybe even the parents and even the children, so that they, would remain all the more strong in their faith.
I would like to tell to the youth that they should be strong and most of all trust in God. And I would like to advise them that they should hold an office in the church, but make you more stronger as an officer in the church. And you will experience that, and you really be blessed if you're an officer, because you experience all kind of activities and you can help the church administration for especially the growth. Especially here in the United States, the youth should hold up some offices inside the church.
How's being an officer since you were a young choir member here in Hawaii until now? How has being an officer helped you in your faith? We can ask.
But it's really helped me because we always spend our time most of the time in the chapel, and also in propagation and other activities of the church. And of course, we have time for our family outside. But the best thing is to have an office in the church to keep us more strong, and will help us to be stronger if we are in officers in the service.
Thank you, Karni, for time flew really fast. Yes, we were talking for 40 minutes
Very
straight.
fast. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you for sharing with us your story, Paul, and it's truly inspiring coming from someone that was here since the beginning, since 1968, and we're truly thankful for the sacrifices that you continue to make, and as even as ministers, we're inspired by the resiliency of the brethren here, and how strong you and many of the pioneers have been throughout the years. Before we end our program this evening, currently, do you have anyone that you want to say hi to or shout out in front of people?
It's a lot to my family, especially I would like to say that be strong in our faith, remain as a member of the church, and to all my friends inside the church, be strong and trust in God. Just keep on as our office and say aloha and thank you so much.
Yes, Paul. Thank you, Paul.
Yes, man.
Thank you, Paul. Thank you, Paul.
Cabra, any upcoming activities that we have for our district?
Oh yes, we have our CFO Family Fun Day. That'll be on January 19th. This will be on each island. So we have our different islands here in our different venues here in we have one here in Oahu, one there in Big Island, Hawaii, and there American Samoa and Maui. Right? Oh, correct, Carwin. Following that, we will have our district-wide evangelical mission on January 30. So we had our break and we were able to rest for a little bit. But brethren, let's continue on in helping out in the work of propagation. Let's set our goals. Many people say new year, new me. They have all these different goals. Let's also make our spiritual goals. And one of them being that we're able to help more people know about the Iglesia ni Cristo, or about the Church of Christ. A special thanks to, first and foremost, our executive minister, Brother Eduardo V. Manalo, and our deputy executive minister, Brother Angelo Irano Manalo. We thank you for your constant love and guidance, and for allowing us to have this platform so that we'll be able to share our faith not only here in Hawaii, but also all over the world. Also, a special thanks to our district supervising minister, Brother Jem H. Paitan, and our assistant district minister, Brother Ador Apostol. We continue to look to you for guidance, and we thank you for all your sacrifices and love to our district. And I will not mention myself anymore. No need
We'd like to
to
give thanks to Brother Israel Brandon Pacheco, our CFO overseer. Thank you.
wherever he might be tonight. But thank you all for joining us for this special episode of INCRadio. We will see you next week once again. Have a blessed evening. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Thank you.